Hello. How are you guys doing? And welcome to Hi, I'm Mallory. If you're new here, I totally just screwed up my intro. But anyways, I'd love to welcome you to my world, so don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit that button along with the notification bell. So I did a haul video and I showed y'all something. I got my friend who's getting married, and I also got them another present, which might be a big fail. I may have mentioned I wanted to do a Snapchat geo filter for their wedding. I thought that could be like something fun, and I wanted to kind of like test it out. I've never done anything like this before. I mean, I kind of tried once doing it like all on my own and it wasn't working. Luckily, Snapchat does provide you with like templates and like themes, so I just picked, you know, stuff and colors and whatnot that they provide, and I made it for this weekend, and it says it went live at like 12 o'clock this afternoon, and like it'll go to like tomorrow 12 a.m. p.m. I don't recall, but I kept checking all day on my phone. Well, the first thing I did when I got up, I'm like, where is it? I'm like, it's not there. Then I checked my email, and it was like, because I got a lot of emails from Snapchat today, and it was saying not until 12. So I'm like, Siri, how many more minutes till it's 12? And it was like half an hour-ish. A little more. But, so then I keep going around my house, because if you're on the other side of my house, it does pick up the schools, the neighboring schools, like their little geo-filter things and other stuff. Like, so depending on where you are in the house, you pick up different stuff. So I'm like in every room, in every corner, I'm trying things out. I'm looking at what I did, and I think I might have totally messed up. But I also think there could be a snafu on Snapchat's end, and if there is, I don't want to have to pay money for a service that I didn't get to use. And then part of me thought, well, maybe it's just like in her backyard, so I was like right outside her backyard, like flipping through, no filter. I was telling a friend of mine that I was making this, and he's like, what on earth? I'm like, you know Snapchat? I'm like, you know there's filters, right? Because not all of my friends have Snapchat. I'm like, well, you can make one, and I made one. And here's the thing, you pay for it, and it's not cheap. And the larger like span of area you want to cover, the more it's going to cost you. So what it cost me initially, I feel like that's a lot for what I'm doing. Then I tried it again just to like see, and I'm like, oh wait, no, this is like even way too much money. Because I think there's a way you can reset it. I keep Googling. I even like went on my Snapchat and asked people, not like privately, but just like on my story, like help me, like how do you do this? I can't find it. So I went for a walk, because like maybe if I walk this way, I'll pick up on it. My friend might not get to use it herself personally, but maybe I could take a little video or a photo like with my mom being like, congratulations, because it's their engagement party today, and just send it to them as like, look at this. And I even like saved a photo of what I made on my phone in case it never works. I'll show her like, this is what I tried. But it said something on when I was like, actually I'm like on the computer, I'm on Snapchat's website, and I'm just like looking around, and it's like, oops, there's not enough blah blah for blah blah. And I'm just like, what does that mean? Like, did I make a boo-boo? Did Snapchat mess it up? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, how do I resubmit it? Can I edit it once I've like created it? I think there might have been a window of opportunity that I missed, because of course everything has to go through review, and it has to like, you know, there's terms, conditions, standards, etc., etc. And they said you will not be charged unless it's like gone through and it like works out. So I ended up getting charged money. And I'm just trying to figure out what's what. And so my mom and I were walking, and I kept looking on my phone for 2 reasons. One, I was in a Fitbit challenge thing, and I wanted to make sure that I was in first place. And 2, I'm constantly checking like you know, like as I'm like in different parts of my town, like for different geo filters. So I can like, I'm hoping as I'm flipping through that it's gonna pop up out of nowhere, and it didn't. So the plan is to show my mom, like I don't want to tell my mom what I spent yet, because she'll be like, oh my god, I know it's coming. So before that, I want to show my mom the map, right, and see like kind of where I picked for this to go, and figure out where is this located. Because if this is indeed active and working, there could be somewhere in town, maybe, you know, yonder that way, where people are on their Snapchat and like, well, what is this? You know? Because when I was setting this up, I typed in my friend's address, because I wanted that sort of like the starting point to be. And then I kind of wanted it to like reach my house and like, you know, kind of the area. Not like humongous, but like a small radius. And you need at least X amount of like feet. I don't know, it was ridiculous. And then like when I tried again, then like the numbers, like the price was like up in the hundreds. I'm like, there's no way I'm paying that much money for a filter. And part of me like was getting all excited, and I'm having fun doing this, and I'm just like, I can make one for my birthday, but I'm like, where am I gonna be? Or when I have like a party with my friends, but I'm like, again, you kind of gotta know where you're gonna be, what you're gonna be doing, so you don't mess it up. I want to try to, I don't know if there's anyone I can like work with, like in regards to like the actual wedding, if like there's a venue, because clearly I think when you're at certain places, there's naturally going to be like a geo filter, but I want like a personalized one. So I don't know, I gotta play around some more and try to figure this out. But I also don't want to be like constantly spending money and not being able to use something. So that is a big old bummer. It's a bummer. Because I'm just trying to do nice fun things. This week coming up is going to be cray cray, because my grandma's moving day is like in a day or 2 from now. I don't know. So that's going to be a very hectic week. That much I know. And so I decided what I'm going to do, because I did a video of like my grandma's housewarming present. I didn't give it to her for Mother's Day, but she did get her flowers. So I'm going to wait, I think, till like a day or 2 after she's like settled in. I know it's going to be a while for everything to be like exactly how she wants it, and for her to feel like her new place. So, because I think if I give it to her now, she might like, I don't want to stress her out and have her to like have one more thing to worry about. So, and I also don't want to like, while it's like mayhem with the packing and unpacking, try to shove a present in her face. And then there's another thing I'm working on, which I still have to finish for her. So, so that's that. Then once my grandma's all settled in, then my mom and I have to work on getting this house all cleaned up and organized and neat, because most of what was at my grandma's house, like half or more than half of it is like in my basement, and the rest is like at my aunt's house or like in a storage unit. So my mom's like, we gotta just clean up and clear out this house. So that is the name of the game here. And I finally, I think I know what I want to do with my friends for my birthday. I just, I don't know, like I have this fear, call me crazy, but I have this fear that like people are going to say they're busy or they can't come. And I feel like my life is so busy and so hectic. Like if I got a minute, like y'all better be lucky and take it. So my goal is to do like 2 big outings, if you will, with like a lot of people, and then have like smaller, maybe like intimate, where it's like just 2 people, or like a one-on-one deal. Because before my life gets like uprooted and all like even more discombobulated than I already feel that it is. There's definitely certain people in my life that I want to see and I want to hang out with and chat with and like have a good time with. So, because some of my friends are like, oh no, like that's too far, I can't make it. I'm like, well, don't worry, like there's gonna be another like outing type thing. So I gotta figure stuff out. I just feel like very stressed. And my back's still out. I'm looking for doctors to write me a script for physical therapy. Life is just crazy. I think I mentioned like I've lost pretty much almost all my doctors, and we got a note or letter in the mail today being like the eye doctor is gone. I mean, I have 2 eye doctors because I got wacky eyeballs. So I was like, well, what do you know? So life is just, it's happening. Whether I like what's happening or not, it's happening. And just wanted to say, hey, I'm trying to figure out Snapchat filters. I'm like, I was at my grandma's the other night, and it is just like so sad, like being in her house, because it's like, where is everything? You know, it's just so weird. Like nothing looks like it did before. And like I'll just go in like room by room, and I'm just like looking around, like having a minute and a moment. And just being like, trying to remember like what it was like, and when it was like, when that house was like filled with people and like laughter and like all the good times, and not focus so much on like the sad stuff. But it's like, it really, really is weird. Because my grandma's been in that house for as long as I've been alive. So it's just like crazy. And I can't imagine exactly what my grandma's feeling. I get the whole like anxiousness and stress of having to like pack and move, and trying to like reacclimate to like a new habitat, you know, and like trying to make new people or meet new people and make new friends, and like kind of leaving a life that you've had for so long and like starting over and fresh. All those like stressy, anxiousy, nervousy feelings, like I know what those are like. I'm not proud, but I know. But I'm just thinking like, it's gotta be one thing to like be alone, but it's gotta be like really, really lonely when you're alone in a house that's like practically empty. So I think like the movers come one day and then like we take her another day. I don't know how it's all going down. Honestly, like it makes me sad and I cry because this is kind of like a grieving process. Because it's like, sorry, my squeaky shoes. It's like this house that I have an attachment to somewhat. It's no longer going to be in the family. Like I'll no longer be pulling into that cul-de-sac. I'll no longer, like, I'll probably pass by it, you know, but I'm no longer going to be turning in to the cul-de-sac and pulling into her driveway and going into that house anymore. Like, that's just weird. Also, where she's moving to is far away. Like, if we were to give an example, so if we were to pick her up, like, take her to dinner, like here, right, and then take her back home, that's like a round trip of 2 hours. Because I think it's like, you know, half an hour to get her, a half an hour here, that's an hour. Then like do them half an hour back to her place and half an hour to get us back home, like 2 hours, right? It's insane. And she's going further north, so in the wintertime, if we were to get rain, she'd be having ice and it would be harder to get there and harder to visit her. And personally, I'm just not a huge fan of the place, and like it's where it's at. It's not anywhere I can take myself and like hang out with her whenever I wanted to. Where we wanted her to go was like literally the same distance from her house, just in the opposite direction, but for some reason she wasn't having it. She wanted it her way, and all we can do is cross our fingers, hope and pray that everything goes well and smoothly and there's not a lot of madness mayhem and chaos, and that I don't lose my cool. I'm trying to keep it together over here, but it's hard. Like, I want to go over and like I want to help out and I want to be helpful, but like I just get so sad and I get really stressed out, and I'm just like, how much more of this can I take? I think it'll be better when she's like settled in and everything. I feel like we're at like that, and I've used this analogy a lot in regards to things in my life. Like, you can rip a band-aid off slowly, and that's painful, especially on like a hairy part of your body. Or you could just 1, 2, 3, rip it, ouch, and then you're like, oh, it's over with. So I think it's kind of like at a point now where it's like, we're almost there, but not quite, and I hate the waiting game. I really do. So that's what's going on with me. And I've been buying stuff a lot, as you know. I'm gonna order another doodad, either off of like Best Buy or the actual like products website. My throat, I need water. Cause my mom was like, oh, remember back in the day where there's like these devices that you could like print from your phone, and like then they kind of became obsolete. Like, is this gonna be one of those things where if you wait out, like it's gonna go down to like 20 bucks? And I'm like, maybe, I don't know, but what I do know is I can't wait that long, because I have plans. I have plans, my friends, and I want to get it sooner than later. And I feel like it's just gonna be better, easier, quicker at this point in my life to order things online than to like go out to the mall or to stores, because there's no time. So I'm gonna go order that, and either way, if it does become something down the road that's like an obsolete, not as popular as it is today, I don't think I'll care, because I still think I'm gonna use it. So I think it's gonna get its money's worth. And I'm just trying to plan like other things, like I mentioned, like the outings. Like, I was like, maybe I can, not that I have a boatload of girlfriends, but I'm like, what if we did like a ladies' night or like a ladies' luncheon, where I just did something like, or we go get like manicures, I don't know, just something with like some girls, because there are some people like I definitely want to see and I haven't seen them in a while. And so I'm like, I could just do something, have like a girls thing. Or maybe we could go get like makeovers at the mall. I don't know. And then of course like another outing with kind of everyone, sort of, whoever can make it. And then maybe just like meet one-on-one and hang out with some people. Because I just really would like to see my friends. And I'm trying to think, how can I like have like special time with special people. Maybe tonight, if the party's still going and it's like kind of like died down a little bit, because I'm like, I was about to crash the party, okay, but I'm like, don't be rude, Mallory, be nice. But I'm sure later they'll probably, if it's not raining, fingers crossed, they'll have a bonfire, they'll be roasting marshmallows, smoking cigars, having wine, whatever. And I would just love to go over and just be like, hey, sorry to intrude. And usually they don't mind, but I have a present, ta-da, just to congratulate the couple together, because I've only ever congratulated my friend, but not her fiance. I haven't seen him in a while either. So, you know, there's just certain people I just like want to see and like have a moment with. And that's my goal here. So, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions on future videos, I feel like more fun, exciting content should be coming your way. But right now, while things are the way that they are, you're gonna get a lot of like life updates and haul videos and hopefully some fun stuff in between. So if there's anything you'd like to see me do going forward, feel free, let me know down below, right down there. Don't forget to check the description box. You can find me on social media and pretty much everywhere. Come say hey. If you've ever tried to do a Snapchat filter yourself and you successfully did it, I'd love to know. Maybe I'll watch like a video or something on YouTube. There's gotta be answers. because I like kept checking my phone, and my mom was like, can you just put your phone in your pocket, don't worry about it, like you'll be surprised when you're like looking around, you know, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I said, I hear ya, and it's not just that I'm, sorry I have an itch on my head, it's not that I'm just looking to see my steps and making sure I win first place, but I'm also making sure that something that I bought is working. And she's like, well, what's that? I'm like, this Snapchat filter. So I was saying, like, because I thought I was walking in the direction according to the ordinance on a map, but maybe I was going in the wrong way. I don't know. My mom will help me out later. But, yeah, so she's like, oh, well, I don't want to get in your way then. Like, I'm like, because she'll, like, make comments like, you're on your phone too much. I'm like, I'm only on my phone, like, kind of more at night, like occasionally throughout the day. Yes, I'm checking things out, because what I do is my work is like, I need a phone, right, or iPad. A computer's fine too, and sometimes I'll just check in the morning with everyone and be like, hey, how y'all doing? I hope you have a great day. And then like maybe middle of the day I might be like, hey, I just had a nice workout, or oh, I just went for a walk, you know, and then I'll check in. But like the majority of my like personal time with my phone, like conversations with friends and stuff like that, isn't in like till the evening. And like my mom's at work all day, so she doesn't see like that I'm like doing stuff around the house, and like this is like the moment I have, and this happens when we were together watching TV or whatever. So anyways, this video is like never gonna end, is it? So thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and subscribe. Ta-da! And thank you guys for all your love and support. I really need a haircut. And as always, till next time, keep it quirky.